What's up guys, this is Drop, Pop, and Roll, and in this video I'm going to be doing a 100% completion review of Watch Dogs. Now this is Watch Dogs 1 from 2014, so this game is over 12 years old as of making this video, and I was pretty excited to do this one because I played Watch Dogs back when it came out on the PlayStation 4, and I knew I had multiplayer trophies / achievements, and I was curious as to whether it was still possible in 2026 to 100% the game and get all of the achievements. I'm happy to let everybody know that as of July 2026, the answer to that question is an absolute yes. All of the achievements are still pretty easily obtainable when the multiplayer is working as it is supposed to be. There are issues with the multiplayer, but we'll talk about that later. I also want to be clear that I played the Steam version of Watch Dogs on PC, and as far as I'm aware, the online services are still up and running on all platforms except for the Wii U. So I'm sorry to all of you watching this who are hoping to 100% Watch Dogs on the Wii U. I didn't know the game came out on the Wii U, but the Wii U services got turned off in 2024 apparently. Now, before we get into the achievements, I just want everyone to know that there may be spoilers in this video, but I don't try to explicitly spoil stuff, so just be aware of that. Alright, let's get into the achievements. If you are interested in jumping to certain sections, I'll put timestamps in the description so you can look for whatever you're interested in. We're going to start off with the story achievement. So the first one is Hello World, where you have to take down Maurice. You literally have to take him down, take down his mechanic, and this is kind of a tutorial of how to do that. It's a non-lethal way to deal with enemies that you have to use sometimes when you have to knock people down. The story is broken up into acts, so we got Act 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You get an achievement for beating each of them. The first one is Family Man, complete Act 1. Act 1 is 9 missions long. It's not too long, it's kind of an average amount. The next achievement is Who is Raymond Kenny? You have to complete Act 2. Don't mind those cops, they didn't have families, it's fine. So yeah, Act 2 is 15 missions long. It's actually the longest one. Next achievement is One Down, One to Go. Complete Act 3. There are 6 missions in Act 3. Act 3 is a pretty fun act. A lot of stuff going on. The next one is Vengeance to complete Act 4. There are 8 missions in Act 4. So again, kind of an average amount. And this is basically the end of the game because the final act only has 1 mission. And here is the achievement for the final act. Log off. Complete Act 5. Story's pretty good. I'd recommend this game for the story. Alright, now we will move on to the side missions in the game. We will start with Fixer Contracts. There's an achievement to complete 40 Fixer Contracts called End of Line. Now, Fixer Contracts in this game are basically just driving missions. Like in this one, you have to pass through these checkpoints in a certain amount of time. There are these other kinds of missions where you have to deliver 3 vehicles within the time limit. So what I'm doing here is called the Grand Triathlon. You have to start with a motorcycle, and then you get in a boat, and then you have to get in this car. A lot of them, they're kind of fun. They're actually pretty fun to do, because it's kind of like a race a little bit throughout the city. So they're not too bad. There's also this other kind where you have to hack this car, where you just have to kind of stay up with it. I kind of pin this guy, and then I flip his car here. And then I thought this was cool. I got out, and I just immediately took him down. And when it says takedown, you can actually kill enemies. If it says knockdown, you have to knock them down with the takedown mechanic, which is kind of weird. But once you do 40 of these Fixer Contracts, there are 46 in the game. So it does take a long time, but once you do them, you get the End of Line achievement. It does turn into kind of a grind. Some of this game is just grindy, so it's not the most fun thing, but it is what it is. Now we'll move on to the Gang Hideouts, which is another kind of side mission. You go up and you activate it, and you have to go over to this area that is nearby, and you have to find a guy, a target. You have to profile him, and then you have to knock them down. So you can't kill them. You can kill everybody else, but you do have to knock down the target with melee. And once I do that here, hit this guy in the face, I I complete the gang hideout, and for gang hideouts, you also get skill points, which is important. There's an achievement to get all the skills, and you're going to need those skill points. But once you make your way through 15 of them, all 15, you will get the Bassist Bass achievement. Alright, now we'll move on to the really fun side missions, the criminal convoys. There's an achievement called Road Rage to complete every criminal convoy, and there are 18 of them. They work by you activate them, and then it shows you the pathway that the target is going to be going down. And in this case, I'm killing more cops. I'm killing a lot of cops in this video. But I knocked down the target, I killed all of the people, and then the civilian also had to die. Apparently I killed him by shooting him in the ass there. And then once you get to the very last one, which... I'm not sure if this is like always the last one, but this one was kind of insane. There were a bunch of guys, 2 enforcers up close. They're no match for the pump-action grenade launcher, though. This is a really cool sequence, so I included all of it. I almost died here. I ran out of ammo with the M416. And then here's the fucking nerd I have to take down. Look how nerdy this guy is when I beat his ass. And there we go. Once you do that, once you complete every one, you get the Road Rage achievement. Moving on to Enforcer, you have to use the crime detection system to take down 20 confirmed criminals. These just pop up like this. It says crime detected while you're just hanging out, and then you can mark it as a waypoint and run over, and you need to profile the criminal, and you can find the victim as well. And you have to stay kind of away from the criminal if he can see you, because as you can see right here, he gets noticed and that triangle bar starts filling up. And if that fills up, you fail, but these are plentiful throughout the game. It's not a problem to get this achievement at all. And then you can go up and you can take them down. I think you can also kill them and it's fine. But you have to do 20 of these to get this achievement. And here's my 20th one. I just hit this guy right in the fucking face. I protected that guy. And then I get the Enforcer achievement. Eventually. You also get a lot of reputation. So if your reputation is bad because you've been slaying civilians, you can get it up with the crime stuff. Alright, now we'll move on to the investigations and the collectibles. We're going to start off with the CTOS towers. These are basically these points that once you unlock them, they show you where all the collectibles are. They also unlock hideouts for you. And they're kind of a pain in the ass to get to sometimes. Like, some of them I literally was just stuck. I had no fucking clue what to do. But this is what it looks like when you activate one. It does this cool little thingy with the map, rotates it around. And you can see all those investigations and collectibles in that one hideout are all now on the map. So that's good, because you don't need a guide to get any of the collectibles or anything in this game. You just unlock every C2S tower, you get the Clear Signals achievement, and you can go do all the investigations and collectible things. So here's my last one. And there is the Clear Signals achievement. Alright, now we will move on to the investigations. You have the human traffic, the burner phones, the QR codes, missing persons, and the weapons trade investigations. There's an achievement called, they call him the Vigilante, which is to complete every investigation. So it's really nice. The progression wheel keeps track of really everything, almost everything for all the achievements. Not quite all of them, but it keeps track of all the investigation stuff. So here's the achievement for revoking client privileges. You have to complete the final mission in the human traffic investigation. These work by finding the little person icon in the minimap, and then you go hack some asshole that's talking on the phone. And then you go intrude some spot. It's got a little briefcase on the minimap. And once you unlock this thing, this one was a pretty simple one. You can access this camera in the apartment, and then you can scan the briefcase. And once you get all 10 of those, you get a mission that you do at the very end. And once you complete that final mission, you get the achievement. The next investigation is to collect all 8 burner phones. And this one is extremely easy. You just go up and scan them. And it gives you an audio file from Maurice, the guy you took down at the beginning of the game. And once you get all 8, you get the Sanity Check Achievement. Next investigation is the QR code investigation. These can be kind of a pain in the ass because you have to find a camera and then scan the QR code. You can see it when you're on foot, like I did just there. And sometimes it's a bitch to find the camera, to find the right camera to find the QR code. And once you find 16 of them, there are quite a few, and you do the last mission, you get the read-only achievement. The next investigation is a really fun one. It's the missing persons one. It's called Darkness Looms when you get that achievement. And you find this lovely situation in these very nice and cozy places where you have a person that is wrapped up in a tarp and this guy who leaves you messages. Then you scan their bodies, and you have to find 6 of these bodies before you finally get the last mission. And once you take down this very normal guy, you get the Darkness Looms achievement. And finally, moving on to the last investigation, it is the weapons trade one, where this one's not too bad. You basically just have to find these garages with these boxes of stuff. You can loot them for explosives, and then you scan the crate. And once you find, I believe, 9 of them, you get this mission to come kill these people. And this was the last one I did, so when I got this one, the Saturday Night Special achievement, I also got the, they call him the Vigilante one. So the investigations are kind of fun. Alright, moving on to collectibles. We have Privacy Invasions as the first one. There are 30 of these, and they entail you going up to a CTOS box and just hacking it like that. And once you get in there, you can just back out if you want, or you can sit there and wait to get kicked out. There's no penalty for getting kicked out. And then for some of them, you have to follow these data lines. And there's one box over there, and there's another one, and then you just walk up and you hack it.
I need to tell you something.
And this guy's totally going to get with this girl. And once you get to your 30th one, you get the Peephole achievement. So these are not that bad. There are 30 of them. It's not too bad, though. Moving on to the CTOS Breach collectibles. There's 16 of these, and these can range from very easy to kind of fucking hard, honestly. Like, some of them are pretty tough to do. And all they tell you to do is you have to hack these boxes in the given amount of time. You have to hack 5 of them. Once you hack the 5th one, you get this audio log, and eventually the guy shuts the fuck up, and you get a completion for it. And again, there are quite a few of these. There's 16. So once you finally get around to doing all of these get marked on the map with the CTOS towers. So do the Privacy Invasions. And you get the System Mangler achievement once you complete all of those. The next collectible are the hotspots. There's an achievement called Geolocated to check in at every hotspot. There are 100 of these, and you basically just find these check marks on the minimap. You do not need CTOS towers to find these. They're just on the map. You can go up and check in with your smartphone, or you can find these little signs with the check mark, and you can check in there. I would definitely recommend you just do these as you play through the game, so you don't have to like run around going for 100 of them. And once you eventually get to the very last one, you get the Geolocated achievement and a bunch of badges that I don't even know what those do, but you get them. Now we move on to the hardest collectible achievement to get, which is Disk Space Full. You have to unlock all 23 songs with the Song Sneak app. And you can get music in this game in a couple of ways. The first way is to just hack people that are on the street like that. I found 2 people back to back. Pro tip, people with this blue box over them, when you get that perk, those people do not have music. They have rich bank accounts and system keys, and I think like cars as well. The other way to get music is you go up to like a store that has a little music box, like there on the right. You pull out the smartphone, and you pull out the Song Sneak app, and as you can see here, it says Song Acquired, and when I exit here, it says I got progress toward the Song Sneak app. There's some songs that are only available from the stores, from the music boxes or the speakers, and then there's some that are only accessible from people on the street like this. You can also find music if you hear it in cars. You can use the Song Sneak app, and you also get music by progressing in the main story. Once you get all 23, you get the Disc Space Full achievement. That one sucks. Okay, now we can move on to the Minigame Achievements. The first one is Power Cycle, where you have to participate in 5 different city games. 4 of them are marked in the progression wheel. You have Shell Game, Poker, Drinking Games, Chess, and the last one is the Slot Machine that is not marked in the progression wheel. So the first one is Shell Game. You just have to find the ball. This can be kind of hard because the guy rolls the ball between the cups sometimes. You have to watch carefully for that. And to max this out in the progression wheel, you have to beat level 3, I believe. The next game is Poker. You have to clear out a table to max out the progression wheel for this one. You can cheat by using cameras, and you can kind of see people's cards and monitor their stress levels. I did not do that, and I just thought it was fucking hard and annoying. So make sure you cheat in Poker. Next one is Drinking Games. You have to beat the 3 drinking game opponents, the level 10 for them. So you'll have to do that for another achievement. The other game is Chess, where you need to do survival puzzles, do all 10 of them, or endgame puzzles, all 10 of them. Maybe one of the other ones, I only did survival and endgame. But you have to do all 10 of them in either survival or endgame puzzles to get one of the skills. So you do have to do that, and that'll max out the progression wheel for chess. And then the final one for me was the slot machine. I went to the stadium, and right when I pull the lever, I get the Power Cycle achievement. Alright, moving on to Social Lubricant. You have to complete level 10 against all 3 drinking game opponents. One of them is in the loop, one of them is in the wards, and then the hardest one is in Pawnee. These challenges range from hitting buttons like I did just there to keeping like the mouse and the keyboard circles within the bigger circles. Those are kind of tough. They kind of broke my brain quite a bit. And once you eventually get through level 10 for all 3 of these drinking game opponents, which does take a long time and it honestly gets kind of boring, once you get through all of it, you get the achievement Social Lubricant. Okay, moving on to Freeware. You have to unlock every skill in the skills tree. To get most of these skills, you just have to get skill points by leveling up. There are 50 levels. And for some of them, you have to do something else, like in this Invasion game mode, which is one of the mini games. You have to get to wave 5 to be able to buy the Auto Weapons Expert perk. And then in chess, to get maximized focus, you have to beat level 10 in a survival challenge or an endgame challenge against one opponent. And then also, for the criminal convoys, you just have to do some of them. And the crimes, fixer contracts, and gang hideouts. There are perks in all of those that you just have to work through. And once you max out the progression wheel, you don't have to worry about that at all. And you get most of the skill points you need by leveling up, by reaching level 50. But also when you do gang hideouts, you get skill points after beating them. And that should give you enough points. Again, if you max out the progression wheel, you don't have to worry about this. Once you do that and you have enough skill points, you just go into the skill menu and you buy all of the skills and you'll get the Freeware Achievement. Now we move on to kind of the Miscellaneous Achievements. The first one is Hard Crash. Perform 10 vehicle takedowns. Whenever enemies are pursuing you, like they are here, you'll get this indicator to like mess with the traffic lights or blow up a steam pipe. And in this case, it was a traffic light and I hit Q and that guy crashed. And I got the Hard Crash achievement. That's very easy to get. You don't really have to worry about it or try for it. The next one is Communication Fail. Using non-lethal takedowns, stop 10 civilians from calling to report you. If you just start shooting your gun in public, some people will start to call the cops, which is indicated by this red triangle with a little Wi-Fi signal. And you can just run over and you can hit F to take it down. You just swat the phone out of their hand. Once you do 10 of those, you get the achievement. You can also use jam comms to stop it if you craft a jam comms. For bookmarked, you have to tag 100 enemies, and you can see right there when you get on a camera and you look at an enemy, they get like a little outline, a little red like indicator on them. I got the achievement here because all these guys got marked at once, and so it popped. I didn't have to profile anybody. Magic Smoke is kill 4 enemies within a single instance of focus. Focus is like slow motion. I did it on that car. All those people got executed, basically. That one's pretty easy. That's not difficult at all. hardware fail, shoot out a tire on 15 different vehicles. I was waiting to find a match of Decryption, and I was just shooting at these cars, and apparently I shot this car tire through like the hood of the car, and I got my 15th one. This one is extremely easy. You don't have to really, I mean, you kind of might have to try for it a little bit, but it's not going to be hard. Black hat trick, kill 3 enemies with a single IED. You can craft these. They're pretty cool. You can throw them. They're like C4, and then you blow it up. It's pretty easy to do on people getting out of a car, like a reinforcement car, like I did there. White rabbit object is to escape 15 police scans. Police scans are, if you look at the mini-map, you get these like yellow circles that pop up, and if you're in the yellow circle, the percentage goes up, and once it hits 100, the police start pursuing you. But you can use jam comms to stop it, like I do here. And you just do that enough times, you stay away from them, and eventually they'll go away. And once you escape 15 of these, which, by the way, these start when those people with the red triangle, they call the police, it'll start a CTOS scan. And the next achievement is scan proof. You have to escape a level 5 police scan. And this is a good way to get your heat level, which is indicated in the bottom right. You get those like little boxes or little squares filling up. You just start murdering everybody. And make sure you shoot the people that are calling the police. And once you see my heat level is at 5, I let them call the police. And right when they do that, I will get a level 5 CTOS scan on me. And then you get in a car, you just hit your jam comms repeatedly. I assume this is quite a bit harder than like a 1-star CTOS scan, but it's not that bad, especially with jam comms. And then once you escape from it, you get the scan proof achievement. Moving on to escape loop, you have to escape 15 police chases, not scans. So once the police are on you, you just have to drive away from them. And you can also hide in your car, but once you get out of sight from them, you either escape from the circle on the minimap, or you can wait for that timer to go down to 0. And once you escape 15 times, you get the escape loop achievement. The next achievement here is free radical. You have to escape a level 5 police chase, which, if you let the level 5 police scan, basically catch you, then you'll get a level 5 police chase. And in this clip, I just kind of speed off away from the helicopter. If a helicopter is chasing you, you could disable it with a perk, which is very useful. And then I just kind of speed off into the distance here. I think there's a real easy way to do this if you just get in a boat, because I don't think there are police boats in this game. So you can get a level 5 police chase going and then get in a boat and drive off. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the online multiplayer stuff, but before we get into the achievements, I want to talk about a few problems. There are 3 problems specifically that I ran into with the online multiplayer in this game. The first one was, if you buy the game on Steam, the multiplayer just doesn't work immediately. I had to do a workaround where I went to the Ubisoft Connect app, I bought that version of the game, downloaded that version, played it for about 10 minutes, then I went back to the Steam version to see if the multiplayer was working, and it was working. Then I went back to the Ubisoft Connect app, and I refunded that version of the game. Should you have to do that? No, you should not. I don't know why you have to do it. It's stupid. You can also go through support. I was not going to go through Ubisoft support because that takes time. It's not too bad to get around, but it's stupid that you have to do it. So that problem only pertains to PC players that buy the game on Steam, but these next 2 problems, or the second problem I'm going to talk about here, affects everybody, consoles and PC. Sometimes the servers just do not work. Like here, I'm trying to find an online hacking thing, and it says average wait time unknown. Now, I started playing this game on July 13th, 2026, and I did the online races that day. The next day, July 14th, I was unable to do anything. I couldn't find anything in multiplayer. Here's me looking for an online free roam, which you only need 1 person to start, and it will not start it. So the servers are down. They're like undergoing maintenance. It didn't say they were down on the Ubisoft website, but I'm pretty sure they were down. They did not come back on until July 20th, so they were offline for 6 to 7 days. But on July 20th, I went into the multiplayer, I tried to find a hacking target, and this is what it is supposed to look like when it works. It says average wait time 1 minute, And then, very quickly, I find somebody. You find people very quickly when it's working. So sometimes the servers go offline for like a week. So just be aware of that. Now the third problem, thankfully, has nothing to do with the achievements, but if you want to 100% the game and the progression wheel, you have to win 10 online decryption matches. And sometimes that game mode is just completely dead. So there's a population issue as well. And there's one more issue. There are cheaters on PC, like this guy speed hacking. And I was invaded one time by a guy with invincibility, and I just had to like quit the desktop. I just had to leave the game completely because I was like trapped. He wouldn't leave me alone. Alright, now we can get into talking about the online multiplayer achievements. The first one is hackification, where you have to invade and successfully hack 10 enemy fixers in online hacking. You basically profile somebody, and then you start the hack, and you have to hide, or you can hide in plain sight, because you look like some NPC. So in that case, I was hiding up on a little rooftop, and that guy couldn't find me. In this next clip, this is really funny. I managed to kind of use this pole, which you need to not be in direct line of sight because they can profile you very easily. Like this guy's profiling all these NPCs, but I stay to where he can't get me easily and he just runs by, he didn't notice me. So I thought that was hilarious that I was able to do that. But once the percentage there hits 100, you succeed and you have to do this 10 times. It's kind of hard. It can be hard. It depends on where the people are. They can be like out in the middle of the water, which is like impossible to do. But once you do 10, you get the hackification achievement. That's probably the hardest multiplayer one in the base game. So the next one is Stealth Cookie, where you have to complete an online tailing without being noticed. This one is extremely easy. When you do online tailings, you basically are going to complete them without being detected. I guess you can technically complete them if they detect you. You have to run away, but to successfully tail people, you have to not be detected. This guy could have profiled me, but he didn't. Maybe he's going for the Traced achievement, where you have to get tailed 5 times. But in the next achievement, you have to tail 10 people, so it's called Piggyback, Invade, and Successfully Observe 10 Enemy Fixers in Online Tailing. Very easy, much easier than the hackification, because they don't know that you're tailing them all the time unless they hit something, like they try to activate a CTOS tower or something, or a CTOS breach. I'll actually show you some footage of that when you can see that you're being tailed. But for this achievement, Traced, you have to get tailed 5 times, and that guy there was tailing me. When you're getting tailed, you can pause the game, or even when you're getting hacked before the hack starts, you can pause the game, and the game will still keep moving in the background. And in this case, I tried to activate a CTOS breach, but it said, oh, you're being invaded, and then Aiden said that I'm being tailed. And there's a guy sitting behind the tree, and I let him tail me because I want the achievement to get tailed 5 times. So after a while, he eventually finishes tailing me. It says objective failed. And it does say online tailing there. A lot of the time when you get tailed, it doesn't pop up. If you don't activate something, you just get tailed. You don't even know. Now, when I got this achievement, I was actually playing the slot machine, and apparently you can get tailed while you're playing that. But I thought that was kind of funny. I did get hacked a few times while I was playing it, but I guess they were just sitting there watching me not win the jackpot. Alright, and finally, this is the last achievement that I'm going to cover here. We've got Superhighway, which is to complete 10 public online races. Like I said, I did this the very first day because I was like, oh, I want to get some multiplayer stuff done. I want to see if it works. I did all 10 of these in like a morning. This guy eats absolute shit there. It's so funny. And then I eat shit here in a little bit. So for this achievement, you don't have to win the races. You just have to complete them. It's very easy. Sometimes you start a race by yourself. That does not count in a public race. You have to have another person that finishes with you, I think. So in this case, this is my last race. It's just me versus this other person. And in some of my races, I did have like 5 or 6 people. So sometimes it does pop off. There are quite a few people. But there we go. I got the Superhighway achievement to complete 10 public online races. And that is 100% of the achievements. Here is the progression wheel, 100%ed. It's really nice that in this game, everything is tracked by this progression wheel, basically, a lot of the stuff. So you've got the main missions, the side missions, investigations, collectibles, all the online stuff, and the mini-games. Not all of it is meant for an achievement, but it's really nice that it's there, and it helps you keep track of what you've done. So now I'm going to go over some stuff like the Decryption game mode here. A lot of this stuff has nothing to do with the achievements, but you can max out the progression wheel by doing the decryption thing where you have to win 10 online decryption matches. So this game basically works like you hold this file and you decrypt it, and you can play this in either teams or free-for-all. And because the game doesn't have a lot of people playing it, most of the games I played were free-for-all, which makes your winning chances a little bit lower. And when you get on teams, when it's kind of popping off, there are a bunch of people in it. I did have a game where there were like 7 people out of the 8. It's a lot easier to win in teams because only one of the teams can win. You just kind of hope that you win. In free-for-all, it's kind of scary because it can be like a 5-man free-for-all, and it's kind of tough to win. You have like a 20% chance of winning if you're all equally good and you're all equally lucky. But this game mode is actually a lot of fun. Kind of makes me miss the days when like every game is like a single-player game and then it had this multiplayer that not that many people played. It wasn't that popular, but it's pretty fun. Kind of wish we could go back to that. But here's a case where I'm playing on teams. I think I've got a full team. I've got 4 people on my team. It's crazy. It's the only time I saw it happen. And when they're all around you, they help you decrypt it. You get like a decryption boost. You can see it there. You get the win. And then here's one of my free-for-all wins where this guy is stealing it because if the enemies get close to you, they actually steal it. And you can use focus as well. I killed that guy because I saw he was about to steal it, and then I had to pick up the file. It's at 94%. I was like, holy shit, he almost stole it from me. And then I drive off, and I'm so happy I'm going to win a free-for-all. I did actually win like 6 or 7 free-for-all matches. So, but it's not that easy. It's kind of stressful, really. And then here's my last win. I knew we were going to win. I was so happy. I'm honking. Got the file. Got this guy with me. Do a cool turn. And start shooting up in the air to celebrate. I was really happy, and I'm kind of amazed that you can actually come in and play this game 12 years later in this PvP mode. And like this lobby had 5 people in it. And once you win 10, you get these loadouts that are solely used in the Decryption game mode. Alright, another thing in the progression wheel, if you want to max it out, you just have to do 1 cash run, but there are 38 of these, and they're pretty fun. You just walk up to one of those symbols on the ground, and then you do this little arcade run thing. If you beat the time, you get a gold medal, you can get silver, and I think bronze. But I did get all of the gold medals, and you don't get anything, which is kind of disappointing. And again, you only have to do 1 of these to max out the progression wheel, and you get like a pistol you can pick up on the ground. It's kind of lame.
Crazy, man.
Alright, and the last thing I want to talk about are the digital trips. This has nothing to do with achievements or the progression wheel at all. It's just like a side thing, like these side modes. But I played through them, and they were really fun. You basically can talk to one of these weird, like shady guys in an alleyway. And then you can also activate it from your smartphone. But the first one here is called Madness, and you drive around killing these zombies with a muscle car. You have these abilities like the fire shooting out of the tires, and then you can like shoot a ball of energy, and I blow up 4 police cars there. All of these, they have a skill tree, almost all of them, not all of them. One of them doesn't have a skill tree, but this one does. You can like level up skills in your car. And you can beat this. I actually didn't know there was an end to this, but on phase 29, once you beat it, you get this new outfit. You get exclusive outfits, which I thought was kind of cool, and it made me want to actually beat more of them. So here's the Madness one. It's a pretty good-looking outfit. You don't really see it in the car because, you know, you're in the car. You can't see yourself very well. The second one here is Alone. This one is really cool. This one is this could be like a game where you're in this city and you have to hack these generators, and there are these AI enemies walking around looking for people. And you have to clear all these different generators. Here's the skill tree for this one. There's a bunch of stuff. You can get like an EMP gun. You have this EMP belt, EMP grenades. But this guy sees me and he starts hurting me with the radiation out of his eyes, or his like one eye. I think they have one eye, maybe 2. This game mode's not very hard, the Alone one. I don't know if I even said the name. It's called Alone. But this is a cool clip where I hit the EMP boat there, and then I throw a grenade, and then there's one fucker that is about to kill me, but I hack the generator in time, and it lights up the city. Or the district. And once you work your way all the way through, it takes place in the loop, so like the downtown Chicago area. And once you finally get to the last one, I use an EMP grenade there to disable the robots, and then I hack it. And that is the end of Alone. You freed the city, and you unlock this outfit that you're wearing in the digital trip. It's a really good looking outfit. It's probably my favorite outfit in the game. Nice and simple. Looks cool, though. The next digital trip is completely different. It's called Psychedelic. You just fly around. It's like an arcade game where you're bouncing off these flowers. I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with this. It's really fun. It's probably the most fun one. But man, it is kind of annoying if you want to get the 3... like mouse mask thing. So it's like getting 3 stars. You can see them up in the top left. You have to get all these points, and you have to do it all in one run, basically. This is a really hard one to do on a mouse and keyboard, because if you see right here, I tried to turn with the keyboard, and it just... It's like fucked up. It just throws you extremely quickly to the right or left if you turn, so you have to do these micro adjustments, but there's also a little delay. It's really a pain in the ass. And here is me finishing the first level, and I get enough points to get the 3 mouse mask things. I think they're called trophies in the game. And if you get all of these trophies, I'm happy to report that you get nothing. You just get nothing. I spent like probably 3 hours, 4 hours, probably 3 hours doing all of these. There's 17 of them. It takes some time, and you get nothing. So that's great. Here's me just finishing the last track, track 17. And all you have to do to get this outfit, which I unlock right here, is you just have to beat them. You don't have to get the 3 trophies. And you get this ridiculous, like, Joker-looking outfit with the purple jacket and the yellow pants. You get that little symbol on his back. It looks like he's floating. Alright, the next one is called Spider Tank, where you operate a spider tank right there. This one is really easy to beat, and it's pretty fun. You just kill these cops and kill people and blow up cars. You get a turret, you get a cannon. You also get this, like, melee attack. There's a ground pound. There's all kinds of shit. Like, here's the melee attack where you just claw that car to death. Blow shit up with the rocket. You have these objectives you have to do. There are 15 objectives. Very easy to get done. You just have to do them in a certain amount of time. Here's a helicopter that you can blow up. You can latch onto buildings, which is cool. I'm amazed with the quality of these digital trips. It's kind of amazing. Like, there's so many different ones, and they're all really cool. Some are more cool than others. But this one's pretty cool. This could be, like, a game. It's kind of crazy. But once you beat it, it's not very hard to unlock the outfit for this one. It's not very hard to beat it. You don't see this outfit in the game. It's a cool-looking outfit as well. I assume Aiden is wearing that when he's in the spider tank, but I don't know. The last one here is Conspiracy. This one is probably my least favorite in terms of fun. It was kind of boring, but basically what you do in this is you just go to an area and you profile these cyborgs that are all glowing, so it's not really hard to find them. And then once you profile all of them, you can kill them because you can see their weak points. You also don't have to profile them. You can just shoot them. You can shoot their weak points. But as you can see, there are a few of them. Some of them are basic. They just walk at you. There's a runner that runs at you. There's a coward that hides. So it's probably a good idea to profile them because the coward can hide and you have to find them in the time. You also get like the pistol, the Desert Eagle, you get the SVD, and you get the shotgun you can use because there are skills in this one. There are also skills in the spider tank one. I didn't mention that, but once you complete it, this UFO thing like crashes. And yeah, the psychedelic digital trip is the only one that doesn't have skills because it's kind of just like an arcade kind of game. But you slowly watch this UFO thing fall and crash, which is pretty cool. And then you beat Conspiracy. and you unlock the outfit. And this outfit is okay. It's probably not my favorite, but it's fine. You don't get the eyepiece, though. There's an eyepiece that you wear in the digital trip, which I show right here. Unfortunately, you don't get this eyepiece. It's kind of lame. I don't know why you don't get the eyepiece. Alright, and there we have it. That is all of the achievements. I think all of the like side stuff that has nothing to do with the achievements in Watch Dogs 1. So to recap, this game is over 12 years old. I did all of this in July 2026. You can get all of the achievements. The multiplayer does have issues, especially when the servers are down for like a week. You just can't do the multiplayer stuff. I also want to say that this game does have one DLC with achievements. It's called Bad Blood, and I did get all those achievements, but I want to make a separate video for that, and I will make that. So check that out if you'd like. Okay, so that is a 100% completion review of Watch Dogs 1, the base game of Watch Dogs 1. If I had to rate this game in terms of difficulty, just in terms of the time and the multiplayer, it's probably at least a 7 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. Normally the multiplayer stuff would be scary, but it wasn't that bad when the multiplayer was working. And a lot of the side stuff is just kind of grindy. So it does take quite a bit of time. Probably took me about 70 hours of playing time to do all of this. So just be aware of that. It will take some time. There's a lot to this game. It is fun, and I did enjoy my time with it. So I would recommend this game. If you care about achievements, or if you don't care about achievements, I would strongly recommend this game. It's a very fun game, especially if you get it on sale. I got it for $3 with all DLC, which is insane. I hope the servers stay online for this game, by the way, because it is old, and who knows? You never know when a company will just take the servers offline, and the multiplayer does add a lot to this game. I found it to be a lot of fun. The invasions, invading other people, the PvP, it was all really fun. Alright, and that is going to do it for this video, this 100% completion review of Watch Dogs 1. If you enjoyed this video and you want to leave a like or a comment, I would appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to see more stuff I make, I would appreciate that as well. If you want to follow me on Twitch, where I stream, I actually streamed a lot of this game when I was going for the 100%. I streamed that on Twitch at twitch.tv/drophopandroll. I'll put that link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.